Welcome to episode number 313 of the KPop podcast.
Where time keeps on spinning, spinning, spinning.
Ticking, I think.
Into your mouth.
Ew. You seemed quiet there.
Oh, was I? I'm sorry.
Andy's back.
He's
All right.
back.
He was doing it for dramatic effect.
Yeah, exactly. We're adding the little shabungle.
Not the shabongle.
The little habungle.
Speaking of habungles,
Uh-huh.
why did an S sound come out? Welcome to the KPop podcast, where I'm Brett and Tim is Tim.
That's me.
We talk about all the things we consume, be it media or food. And, it's Tuesday. It's Wednesday.
It's Wednesday. Good start.
Really wasn't sure where I wanted to go.
Wow.
It's going great. It is going great.
It's been, a month?
It's been 1 week since you looked at me. Still, it's just said I'm sorry.
Did you have a stroke halfway through?
Yesterday, you've forgiven me. Said it's been It's been a while since I've been. It's been.
I'm sad that there's two songs.
I know. Is there another time-centric song that starts with "It's been"?
It's been a while. It's been 1 week.
It's been a while since you looked at me. It's been 1 week.
How do I delete?
They're not
live video. Like, can I just erase? Can I go back?
You can't mix the songs. It's been 1 week.
What the?
It's been a while since you looked at me. So this is the KPop podcast, and it's episode number 313. And
yes. Yeah, it's been a while since we've done one of these.
It's been what?
It's been a while.
That's what I was going to say, and then I tried not to, and then we just talked about the song. Because everyone we do now, it's like, it's been a while. So you think if we did that in a reaction video, people would be like, these guys are annoying.
Brett.
I want to stop.
Let it go.
I know. Let it go. Let it go.
I regret existence.
Remember when we did that sketch with the little...
I still have it.
It's so weird.
I have all of them.
It's so weird.
We have a great history.
I was watching our old podcasts. Man, do we have stuff to tell you guys.
We got a lot going on.
We have a lot going on. I'm so excited about it. I really am. Are you?
I feel like it's on a podcast where like we got a lot of stuff to tell you, and then they talk about how excited they are, and then they don't say the thing.
Right.
We are going to say the thing.
I'm not.
I just want everyone to know.
I just want to know that Tim's excited about it.
I'm very excited.
Upstairs, I was pouring a Coke, and when Tim was going to the bathroom, I was pouring the Coke into this glass. If you're just listening, it's a glass with ice in it.
Shake it next to the mic.
I dropped it and it just goes all over everything.
That would be such a disaster.
Slippery and it's a huge glass.
It's gigantic.
It's been... So I'm pouring it, and then while Tim was in the bathroom, I started another can of Coke. It's Coke Zero, so don't judge me, first of all.
I'm definitely
judging. And I was filling it. It's a really big glass. And Tim was like, that can goes on forever.
I went like to the bathroom. I came back and he was still pouring in chunks. I'm like, what are you doing?
He didn't know I had a second can. He was like, how are you filling that to the top? I felt like the best magician.
It was
ever.
amazing. It was a great trick. Because what he's doing is he pours it in and lets the foam like go down.
Yeah.
So I was like, man, he is just, that can goes on forever.
Yeah. So you had to be there, I guess.
Yep. You had to be there.
Yeah, it's been.
But yeah, it's been a while since we've done a podcast, but we're back to it.
Yeah, are we?
Well, for now. All right, let's get these announcements out of the way. How are we starting this?
We all knew the day would come. No, this is a different...
I know, it sounds horrible.
It does, but this is a different day, actually. I don't know, man. We just got to say it. So listen, we have been making this... Everything I say makes it sound like it's bad.
The end. It's over.
This is the end.
No.
We started this podcast in 2015. That's how you tell people you're no longer doing a thing. You tell them when you started
How long it's been.
Yeah.
We've been at this for 10 long years.
Listen, babe.
Who's babe?
We've been dating for a long time. And
are you breaking up with
I
them?
think mostly it's been great. Yeah. I'm trying to think of other scenarios where when you started a thing, you know it's over. Listen, man, you've been working here a long time.
You've been doing great.
You've done a lot of good work.
We've all had fun.
Yeah. What else? Listen, man, we've been friends a long time, but I just can't do it anymore.
It's not you, it's me.
It's not you, it's me. You've lived here a long time, and you've paid rent sometimes. But listen, it's over.
It's over.
So we've been doing the podcast for a long time. Love doing the podcast.
Yes.
Having a great time. Tim, you having a great time?
I always have a great time.
Tim always has a great time. As some of you know, there was a big shift on YouTube for us recently where we're basically doing what we do on the podcast, but live to music.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Do you feel that way?
It's called a reaction.
It's called a reaction, but I was explaining this the other day. I did another podcast recently, which should be out soon enough, and we'll share it for you guys so you can watch it. And I was explaining how we started doing reaction videos, and it's so funny because like it's just I didn't realize that's what we were doing when we were doing it. I was like, this music video came out, a bunch of people like it, we should watch it, and like
I think the difference is there's something going on live that we have to bounce off of, as opposed to just like talking to the air. Yeah,
exactly. It is different. But when we first started it, I didn't even realize that's what we were doing. And then we were like,
because we took our ability to speak in the podcast, which is still not a great ability, clearly, because I can't talk at all. But we brought that over to a reaction. So like we have the podcast energy, but on a reaction instead of it just being a like reaction video, I guess.
And we found out immediately some people didn't like that. They were like, watch it, pause it, react, rewind, react, like every other reaction channel.
That person's dead now that Brett's talking about.
They are
Not
dead.
that we killed them. They just died.
They are dead, yeah. Not that I remember that comment from like 6 months ago or anything.
It's crazy.
It stuck with me because I feel like it's silly.
It's silly, but look
That's all.
we completely changed everything.
Anyways, so we were talking.
We were chatting.
And we have this plan. It feels bad to tell podcast listeners the plan.
Why?
Does it?
Well, yeah, because I guess it's...
You know what I mean?
It's like, well, if you only listen to the podcast, sorry.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's the evolution of content, and it's also not the end.
It's not.
That's the thing we gotta, put out there is it's not the end.
We still haven't said the thing.
Right.
It feels...
We're doing the thing that I said earlier that we shouldn't do.
You're right.
We gotta just tell them.
Here's what's happening. Episode number 315 is going to be temporarily, potentially temporarily, the final episode of the KPop podcast before a potentially temporary hiatus of an unknown length. And the reason we're doing that is so that we can shift our focus to YouTube, shorter content, reactions, plus side quests.
Yeah.
And another idea that we shouldn't probably talk about at all yet until it's ready.
Not until it's to fruition.
Yeah, not until it's to fruition. That we have a ton of excitement around.
Yes.
I think I can speak for both of us when I say that. And what we're going to do in the meantime with the podcast is we're going to launch another channel. It already exists, but there's nothing on it yet. But if you guys want to go over and subscribe, you can if you like this idea. It's happening whether you like it or not. So, called the KPop Podcast Archives. I'm actually excited to talk about this because I'm like, I don't know. I'm hyped about the idea.
I think it's a fun idea. It's kind of like a way to revisit one of your favorite shows or TV series.
You're right. It's not an unheard of. Reruns are a thing.
Yeah, reruns, DVD collections. It's just like a way to put it all together in one complete package.
Yeah. And this is also it feels experimental to me, which is why I'm excited about it. We love the podcast. And I think I can speak for both of us when I say we're like really proud of what we've done with the podcast. And we've always loved it. I don't know, like it just has always, it kind of came naturally to us. And
And it's been one of those constants, even when we weren't posting YouTube videos or like making content, the podcast was always like a big rock.
Yeah.
Our bread and butter, if you will. And as much fun as we have with it, it didn't hit the stride that we want it to, I guess, as far as like both viewership and our time commitment to it and stuff. So there's a couple factors why we're like moving towards the hiatus. That being said, this the new project we're working on here is a way for people to still get that vibe of the podcast while we restructure the podcast and either come out with a whole new thing, or just jump right back into the podcast. And who knows, it could be like 2 months and we could come back and be like, hey, we're back with the podcast.
Right.
I mean, that's not the plan right now, but you never know.
It's true. You don't know. And for me, there's a couple reasons. I'm curious to hear, if they're the same for you. And I know we've talked about some of this, but I've thought about it, and there's a couple cool aspects to this. Like, one, I think it is important as a creator to like shift towards what you're feeling excited about creatively. And I think you do have a responsibility to a degree, to your audience. And where we have an audience that's come over to the channel to see something that we're having a lot of fun with. So it's like, why not build that audience and build that connection there? And that's where we're feeling a lot of creative energy on top of this other project that we didn't mention yet that we're starting to build. And it's going to take a little bit of time, but I think once it's launched, it's like, I don't know, man, I can't imagine not being excited about this idea. So there's that aspect of it. But the other thing that we talked about we had a little meeting to kind of decide what we're going to do moving forward. What I really like about the KPop podcast archives channel is I've been thinking a lot about
Did we say what the channel is?
I think so. Did I?
No, I don't think we actually said what it was.
Okay. So here's what it is. In the history of our podcast, we started as audio only for, I think, 4 episodes.
Yes, I believe the first vodcast was episode 3 or 4.
Yeah. Okay. So then we started doing videos, and then at some point, did we stop doing videos and go back to audio only?
Yeah, because the viewership was not worth the amount of time it took to edit the videos.
Yes.
And we were like, well, we're doing good audio-wise, so we'll go back to audio. So we did a good chunk of audio without even posting it to YouTube, I don't think. I think maybe not a good chunk, but I think there's like 10 where we just did audio.
Yeah, because it was our primary listenership it was only audio, really.
Yeah. Yep. So then we started uploading them with just like a stock art, and we would just do the audio podcast. And then we brought the video back, and that was doing good again for a while.
Yeah.
Were
we only doing clips for a little while, like portions of the podcast?
I think we did like highlights at one point.
Yeah.
Where we did like chunks of it. I don't remember. I got to look through it because we have most of it.
Yeah.
From what I could tell.
Well, that's why I was looking through them, because I got to figure out, there are a couple that I might have to wrangle. Like, I don't know if I should use the audio because that's the full.
Yeah.
Or because we do have some posted that are called highlights, but they're not that much different in length from the audio. So it's going to take a little research.
Yeah. Maybe we were naming it differently. So like, it would increase viewership and stuff. But yeah, so the archive channel is, go ahead. You were explaining it well.
Oh, okay. We have podcasts all over the place, but we want to put them all in one place from episode number 1 to episode number 315. And we're going to even, are we gonna? I just thought about all the interview episodes. I forgot about those.
I think we should post everything.
Yes, everything. It'll be everything we've done with the KPop podcast from episode 1 until the latest episode.
Yeah.
Before the hiatus, and the channel is only going to be that. And that brings me to the second point I was going to make before even telling you guys what the channel is that I don't feel like we gave the podcast. There were seasons where I think we did. But I think ultimately right now, posting the podcast on YouTube the way we have been is not giving the podcast its best chance. And I think giving it its own channel, even though some of it is like 10 years old, I just think it's going to be really fun and will potentially give the podcast a better chance that it's had, where it's been like mixed with other types of content. We've been a variety channel for a really long time, and we still are remaining that to a degree. But a primary genre, I think, is what is going to take over the channel. And that was part of the decision, is like, let's make a channel that is exclusively the podcast. It's only going to be the podcast starting from episode 1. So if people discover it newly, awesome. If you're a fan and you didn't hear from episode 1 and you want to, awesome. And we're also going to chop them into clips. Like the way I've been phrasing it is like, we're going to start uploading it to YouTube using today's uploading standards.
Yes.
Pull some clips from them, pull review clips, funny clips. And the benefit, some of it might sound dated because we're talking about things like they just came out. But the benefit that we have is, or the advantage is, we've always talked about stuff from all eras of entertainment.
Right.
So it's really not going to sound that outdated. Just our setup and our audio and stuff is going to sound different.
Right. It'll transform over the years. And,
Yeah.
But yeah, I think
over the weeks. That's what's going to be funny is like, it's going to, it'll take time.
Yeah.
Because we're not going to post them like every day.
No. But we're basically, like bringing all that over to a new channel. And like Brett said, like giving it a modern approach to it, because we've learned that as the years go on, YouTube changes, and what worked for us 3 years ago with the podcast doesn't work now. And clips are a big thing, and it's a fun, just kind of like a fun little project for us too, because like I think it's nice to have it all in one neat or organized place, and have the clips and be able to revisit the history of the podcast while also giving it potentially a new audience. And everything that's on the Keep Up. Did we decide if we're gonna make those like private, unlist them?
What's that?
The podcast that we have on this channel already, on the Keep Up main channel, I guess.
I don't know that we decided. I think we talked about maybe leaving them.
Yeah, because I don't see any reason to go back and do anything with them.
No, with the amount of videos we're putting out with reaction content and reviews and things like that, the only way I was going to say they're going to get like buried. I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know if YouTube will. Sometimes I get recommended channels like way old videos,
Really old videos, yeah.
So I don't know if that'll happen, and there could be I don't know if that will cause any confusion, so we should make them private for that reason, but I don't know that it matters. I'm not sure.
I don't think so. I think, if I guess if we're naming them the same, are we going to do new thumbnails? That's all stuff we can figure out later, but
I do want to the old episodes I would like to upload with brand new thumbnails. Some of them that are audio only, I don't know exactly what those visuals are going to be yet. I would like to put some kind of visual with them.
Yep.
I was kind of thinking something from like the time when we like gameplay footage from the year we recorded it or something like that. Maybe it'll just be some kind of loop. I'm not sure what I'll do, but either way, you'll be able to go there and listen from episode 1 until the last episode before the hiatus. And maybe, one of the reasons we're going on hiatus is because we don't get to create full time. If anything happens and we get more time to do it, like Tim said, maybe we end up coming back way sooner than we expected with the podcast, because this to me feels like something we could pick up at any time.
Oh, for sure.
And do it again. It's the same muscle we're using, just a little bit of a different exercise, I guess, I'm super jacked and muscular, so those are really the only like metaphors I know how to use.
Yeah, that's it.
Did I miss anything for you? How do you think of it? Like, what's exciting about it? Why do you want to do it that way? Like, why do you think this is a good move, or the move we should make now?
I think the big thing is like the Keep Up. Technically, it was like videos first. We created a YouTube channel.
That's true.
That was our outlet, and we did the unboxing ring, and then we decided to start doing the podcast because specifically, I don't know if it was specifically Crimson Peak, but we just like wanted to talk about this stuff, and we couldn't do it video wise.
What the heck?
You were like pulling on the wire. I don't know what happened.
All right, hold please.
His little device went flying.
Not the little device.
Not the Scarlet.
Check.
Hello.
Yeah, you guys heard. I just heard it. I accidentally moved our interface and almost fell over.
I was like, uh-oh.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we were originally doing videos, and the podcast came second. And I don't know, it's a little bit of like return to form, but also just kind of like a restart, or like, okay, our time right now is we spend an hour to do the podcast, and then potentially 30 minutes to an hour to edit. I don't know how long it takes Brett nowadays in this world. Maybe it's very quick. Who knows?
It's not too bad, but when all's said and done, probably 30 to an hour, because I'm editing, exporting, uploading, thumbnail.
Yep.
It's a lot.
So all that. So when our time currently is very like minimal, the time we get to like spend together and work on content and things like that, it just felt like a good move for us to take a break from the podcast, to recharge ourselves too. Like, not that I felt like the podcast was getting boring or stale or anything, but I think just as creatives, we like to, flex our creative muscles and do new things and change things. So, I just like the idea of the change up for us and to focus on what is doing well for us and what we're having fun with,
Yeah.
And again, not to say the podcast we're not having fun with, it's not doing well as far as like, for how long we've been doing it, the numbers don't reflect as well.
If you're looking at it numerically, like the videos we've been doing since, I don't know, 9 months ago, we've built an audience of a little over 2,000. Well, I guess since then, if you count the followers we already had or subscribers, 1,500, something like that, whatever. We've been doing the podcast for 10 years, and I mean, nobody watches it. And again, I think it could continue to be nobody watching it, and we would still do it were it enough time, like if we had the time to do all of it. So, but yeah, if we're looking at that, why is that going to sleep, dude?
Dude, it's a sleepy computer.
Oh, we're good. Wake up, brother.
Good.
Anyways, you said you hate doing the podcast. You never want to do it again.
I think the time saving will be good because, again, I'm personally like really passionate about like our videos and projects and things we have in mind. And I hope that those of you who are listening to the podcast continue to follow us because it's not like we're stopping anything else.
No, there's going to be no break in output of content.
Yeah. And if you haven't been to our channel in the past like 6 months, 6+ months, the videos we've been putting out have been a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Tons of reactions. We're doing a lot of like K-pop videos, which is not a direction I expected, but
me neither at all.
No, not at all. But we are still doing like goofy things. And again, this time that we have will lead us to be able to do more, a bunch of different stuff beyond like K-pop and all that. But it's just, I'm excited for what doors it opens. And again, it's not like this is going to be gone forever. We can easily come back in, like I said, 2 months and be like, we wanted to come back with a podcast.
Or it could be like 20 years.
It could also be 20 years.
That would be so funny.
That would be a crazy, like, continuation.
I'll tell you guys now, this is the vision I have in my head that would be so awesome, is we garner a crazy audience we're going to be very clear on the Archives channel that this is a podcast that ran from X date to X date, is currently on a hiatus until an unknown date. And then if there was an audience that wanted it and we came back in like a years or whatever, that would just be so funny.
It would be crazy.
It would be cool.
Yeah, it would be like a cult movie or something, getting like a sequel announced, and they're like, "Wow, they're actually doing it."
Right. And like you said earlier, I'm excited to revisit it because my plan is to listen to each episode before we upload it. Find some of our favorite moments, share those with you guys. So I'll say this now: if you're listening, go find the Keep Up Podcast archives and subscribe there. I don't know when we'll start uploading. I would say before the end of the summer, within the next couple months, maybe.
I think so. Because if we're ending in a couple podcasts, then that will, be the catalyst for when we can start.
That's true. Yeah. Shifting to editing those. And I got to figure out what we're doing for visuals on the audio only ones. It's going to be an interesting experiment, but I think that's why I am excited about it. It feels like a different creative muscle, and going through like our history is just going to be so interesting.
And that's the other side of it is everything's changed. You have to make reels and short form content. Your videos can grow outside of that, but you have to post to TikTok and Twitter and Instagram and all these places. And the podcast is so big. Like it's an hour-long video, so it's like we can't really post that anywhere but YouTube. And cutting it up, giving it reels, again, that'll give it its best chance of growing again.
Yeah, and I think that's the thing that I've been really analyzing in my brain a lot for all creative projects. Like I have a meeting with a friend this week about music content and songs that I'm putting out and what content we should be building around that. Because I just have to admit that if I'm going to give any of my art its best chance, I can't just make the thing and put it out.
Yeah.
You have to, and it's kind of always been that way. You've always had to go out and market your art in some way. It's changed over the years. And I'm feeling like I'm having more fun playing that game than I have in years past.
Yeah, because I think we know what we're getting into.
Maybe.
We've been at it for so long that we're kind of like, okay, like, and we're seeing, again, success with things that we didn't necessarily expect to see success.
Which isn't that always the way?
True. And then being able to recreate it again and again, you know, at least to our standards. Because before, you know, our videos and stuff were getting at most maybe 100 views. And now we have a pretty good chance of hitting 1,000+ views on videos, which isn't huge, but it's enough for us to be like, okay, let's, you know, keep working at this.
Yeah. And I mean, I don't know if what I was just going to say is a good enough point to say it. So I'm going to skip it.
Okay.
I'll also say, if you're listening to this in the future, it's only 2 more episodes until there's no hiatus. And then the episodes just continue because we came back already.
Oh, okay. I see. So if they're at this point listening in the future when we came back, then you don't got to worry about nothing.
There's a chance that you did what I do and waited years to watch a TV show. So you don't have to wait for anything.
Yeah, you don't got to wait for nothing.
Actually, does anybody wait for anything anymore?
Sometimes, yeah.
Sometimes they release a show and then you got to wait a couple weeks for an episode. HBO's doing that again, right?
Yeah, I think so.
They did it with Last of Us.
Yeah.
Is season 2 just out?
Yeah, it's done.
Did you watch it?
No.
Me neither.
I might, but I played the game so recently, so it's like...
Yeah. Game's probably better.
From what I've heard.
Yikes.
Which is crazy because the first season of the show was really good.
Great. It was really great, yeah.
But I don't know. I had to watch it for myself, but...
You don't have to do anything, Tim.
I got to do it all.
So, that's what's going on.
Yes.
If you guys have thoughts, reactions, if you're crying, comment on the video. It is on YouTube. Tim mentioned earlier, if you haven't been keeping up with us on YouTube... and you want to check it out, go check it out, see how you feel. Yep. Maybe it's not for you. It is a little bit of a different type of content, so maybe it's not for you, and that's okay. But I will also say, our Patreon is staying a Patreon.
Yes.
So if you're subscribed there, it's going to change a little bit. I think what we're leaning towards is putting up all videos earlier there.
Yes.
And that will be across all channels because the other project that we have not named is going to remain under the Keep Up umbrella.
Yep.
So you will get extra content there. And you can let us know how you feel over there.
And we're, again, all over the place. It's on all the social media. So we're posting reels currently related to our reactions, but we might have more different types of reels in the future.
At the Keep Up TV.
Yes, we had to change our name.
Yeah, we had to change the handle.
We didn't have to, but we wanted to make it more uniform across everything. And there is a podcast that ended like 5 years ago. They made like 4 episodes.
Yep.
And they're called The Keep Up. Because we originally had The Keep Up, and then we changed to The Keep Up Podcast because that's what we were mostly doing. And they swooped in and took the name.
In that time.
On YouTube. So if you type in The Keep Up, we may come up. Brett hasn't had much luck. I've had luck.
You have, but are you logged in as us?
No, I switch accounts. I'm logged in as
All right, well,
Revolution.
hopefully you can search the Keep Up and find us. Now that's what our channel is called.
Yeah.
But our handle across all platforms, every social, is at the Keep Up TV.
Yep.
It will remain that. And so you can find us all over there. If you're already following us, you don't have to worry about it.
Don't
obviously.
worry about nothing.
Everybody relax. But I feel like there was another thing I was going to say.
Let's see, we talked Patreon.
Was it?
We talked...
So what are the next couple episodes going to look like? Because I was thinking about... I do have a couple... Like, I feel like we should slide into movies today. But we have a couple of recommendations that have gone unwatched.
Okay.
So I kind of feel like it would be cool to watch those.
Yep.
I think we have 3. We have some from Patreon, some from other recommendations we requested. I think one was from or 2 of them were from a Halloween episode that we did that we didn't get to that I really wanted to watch.
Yeah.
And then we also have a list that our list hasn't been
updated and
clear or it hasn't been fully cleared out and it hasn't been updated in a minute.
And looking at some of the stuff on the list, I'm like, do I really need to talk about that?
Yeah.
Or I talked about it and I forgot to delete it. Or we talked about it, or...
How dare you?
I don't know. But yeah, so I think this episode is like, this will be TKU versus the future. The next one will be TKU versus the cleanup.
Ooh,
and
the cleanup.
And then the last one is TKU versus the end.
Oh my gosh.
For now.
Do I put for now?
I think so.
That's like a Megadeth album title. That won't land with everybody, but just know that it is. So do you want me to read through what's on the list right now?
Let's I guess this is the cleanup.
So we don't have to Oh, no, I guess, yeah. If they're on the list, that meant at some point you were going to talk about it.
Maybe not, though. I might delete that whole list now. It's been so long.
No, I think the next one's the cleanup. You just laid out the trilogy.
I
dude.
did. I mean,
This is the trilogy. And then when we come back, will be the Keep Up versus the Return?
I think so. Or the Revenge, or
Revenge of the Keep Up.
Or Annihilation.
The Keep Up Annihilation. Oh, that's another thing. Maybe, oh my gosh, that might be good crossover. Our friend Jesse texted me. Some of you may know. Watch our last episode of the podcast just explode. Just be like millions of views.
We'll come back.
We get more subs than Mr. Beast. Some of you know how much we hate the movie Mortal Kombat Annihilation.
I'm ill even thinking about it.
Our friend Jesse texted me a mini documentary about why that movie sucks and how it was going to be incredible. And he was like, dude, you got to watch this. It all makes sense now. I think he said something like that. It all makes sense now. I'm thinking, let me see how long it is. What if we did a reaction video?
We gotta, because I think for the last episode, we have to do some like super satisfying things. Whether it's like rewatch a movie. That's Pad shaking.
Dude, why was that the longest shake?
I don't know.
Pads is a dog, by the way.
Hello, Paddington.
Tim just says the dog's name as if everyone knows
who Paddington is. And if you don't, you're a freak.
Dude, I don't even feel like I know him. All right, I'm pulling it up right now. I don't know who does reaction videos to documentaries about movies they hate, but if ever I were going to do one, all right, let's see what we got. It's 30 minutes long.
That movie makes me sick. That's not long at all. That's an episode of a show.
It'd be a long reaction, though.
Oh, a whole reaction video? Yeah.
But people are out here doing reactions to movies. I still don't understand it.
Plus, they'll post like 4-hour reaction things.
Yeah.
Like where, plus, we can do live streams. That's the other thing. I mean, like our avenue of content will be changing throughout. So, like, if reactions aren't really your thing, again, we have that other channel. We very well may do like tier list, and there's the door's open forever.
Yeah,
for all types of content.
There will be other things. I imagine like if I listened to our podcast and our podcast told me they were doing what we're telling you we're doing, I would go sub on YouTube.
I would. I would be like sweet because I still like these guys.
It's not that different. It's different enough. I do understand like, a podcast serves a certain function, especially if you're a listener. Like I listen to certain shows that if they were like, now we only make shorter video content, I'd be like, oh man, I got to find another podcast to listen to.
Right, because you can't listen to this on the way to work or like when there's nothing.
Yeah, so that's tough.
But
man, the return is going to be crazy.
It's going to be nice. Yeah, and then that's the question. Like, are we going to keep it same format? Are we going to do a new style of podcast?
I've always thought of re-recording the theme, like just a different style. Do like a metal version of our theme.
Wow, fancy.
Yeah, and then shun, dun, 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 dun. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Like, dude, you already made it.
I already made it. You're welcome. Done. When we return, I'm just going to sample that.
I see.
Just the vocals.
Just make that. That's how it is.
The other thing I thought of is we could try to hit every category we ever created on episode 315.
And do everything.
I mean, it would be technology, this or that.
Like the dead ones, too?
The dead ones, everything.
Yeah. We need a list of all of them because
I have them, I think.
I don't remember them all.
I could look at the transitions. I have transitions for all of them. Reflections, we just talk about something from every episode.
Here is a reflection from every single episode.
It's kind of crazy because we have, the interviews we did, that was mostly in the first year, I think. And we had Rachel on. We had our friend Nick.
JB.
He did a music performance.
Yep.
Bro.
Good times.
Great times. I'm not clearing it with anyone.
What?
Putting up their interviews from years ago.
It's a part of history.
Sarah, Andy, a bunch of stuff, a bunch of people, or maybe we just listed all of them. I don't know.
It's true. Could have
Who's
been
to say?
Who? Mom. That was a good episode.
That was like months ago.
Yeah, but still,
that was October, right?
Yeah.
I think that was like. Well, no, we did the creep up.
Was it episode 300?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. It wasn't that long ago.
It wasn't that long ago.
It was a real good episode.
But I think that was pretty much everything that we had.
Yes.
That's the changes coming your way.
So the episode's not over, but
No.
at the Keep Up TV, follow us on all socials. Sub on YouTube if you haven't.
Yep.
If you're interested and if you are exclusively a podcast listener and you want to follow us along the history of the podcast, whether revisiting or listening to some for the first time, the podcast will be posted on, I was trying to remember the name of it.
The Keep Up Archives. Keep
That's
Up
what it
Podcast
is.
Archives.
You did podcast?
Yes.
Tim set up the channel.
Yeah.
At the Keep Up Podcast Archives.
Yes.
Does it come up if you search it? Probably not. There's
Yeah,
nothing
it
on
does.
there yet. It does? Wow. We got it. Nobody got to the Keep Up Podcast Archives before we did. If you
I
can
know they've
believe
been
it.
dying for it. But
All
yeah,
that smattering of words together.
I do think you guys are really going to like our other project too, because it's not far removed from what we've done before.
Yeah.
It's just another attempt, another stab at it.
Yeah.
But again, with a new twist on it.
New twist, a little bit more of a focus. What was that?
He's getting comfy.
The dog just sprinted into a comfortable position.
getting
That
comfy.
was so weird.
Dude,
What a weird animal.
what a bungus.
I like him though. Do we want to go into movies?
Brett really wants to go into movies.
I don't know. I just think you got anything else? We can talk about whatever else. What's going on? You want to talk about what's going on?
What's going on?
Dude, there's all. What's going on? Is that a song? I don't know.
What's going on?
I got a bunch going on. You don't even want to know how I'm doing?
Brett, how are you?
I don't want to talk about it.
All right, great.
I don't know. What else? What's
Sick.
up?
That's
What's
cool.
up with you?
No, it's it's fine.
How much weight have you lost?
7.
What do you weigh now? Did you break the...
No, my freaking walking pad broke.
I'm glad I didn't buy one of those pieces of crap. Tim walked too much on a walking
Too much.
pad.
I mean, I did utilize it a lot.
Yeah.
It was like an hour almost every day. So I
So
think,
now you're gaining all your weight back?
dude, it's 170 pounds. No, I thankfully I am floating within my range because I've been eating still good. But yeah, I think I'm 251 right now.
Okay.
Last I checked.
All right.
But yeah, it's been sad. So I can still lift weights.
It's been sad.
It's been sad. I haven't lifted weights the last couple of days just because I've been dealing with trying to figure out how to fix my walking pad. So I'm in contact with them right now to see because they're thinking I might need a new part. So yeah, right. I know. So they're gonna send the part. and
So
then I'm
sick
gonna
of
fix it.
parts, dude.
Dude. I just want things to work.
Everybody's like, oh, try parts.
Try parts. Try AutoZone.
I just peeked. I'm sorry.
Oh,
Dude, I saw a thing. I almost sent it to you the other day. It was this couple recreating a commercial on TikTok, and I was so curious if you ever saw this commercial because it was just the couple sitting at the table, and it said like POV recreating a commercial you remember from your childhood or whatever, and it was about Sears.
I'll call now. That's all you had to say. That's all you had. The Sears
Did you
commercial.
see it, or do you just remember it?
Oh, I just know the commercial.
That's crazy.
Yeah. It's peak 90s commercial.
Yeah.
If someone asks you, what are the top 3 commercials of the 90s? It would be the Sears commercial.
Yeah.
It would be the romance CD
Oh
that
my
you could,
gosh,
that
yeah.
everybody heard a million
Yeah,
times.
yeah.
And then, depending on who you talk to, it could be Zoo Books.
Zoo Books is a big one.
Could be Zoo Books.
Yeah.
It could be any of the like Cartoon Network bumpers or Nickelodeon
Those are good.
bumpers. You get a little all over the place with that. But yeah, the Sears commercial
Yeah.
where she's trying. I can't remember. She's trying to tell her husband to get like insurance or an AC or something.
AC, yeah, because it's it's so hot, and she like sits down, and I wish I could remember it because there's something that the woman says that is so like nostalgically triggering, and I can't remember what it is, but she says something like, it's so hot out, and he's like, supposed to be even hotter tomorrow, and she's like, hotter or something like that, and then she's like, we gotta call Sears. We gotta call Sears to get those air conditioners fixed, and he's like, I'll call tomorrow, and she's like, you'll call now, and he's like, I'll call now.
It's
Dude.
the angles. It's the music.
It's crazy.
Dude, it is like what I imagine the 90s forever will be in my head.
The best.
It's the best time.
We haven't done a VHS reaction for a while. Are we going to do those again?
I'd like to. Yeah, those are really fun. Those are some of my favorite videos.
Me too. I love them.
Yep. So I got millions of tapes still.
Those fit on a reaction channel.
Yeah, it's reacting.
It's reacting.
It's reacting.
Oh, that could be our third video.
Bro wants to have a schedule.
I do. It doesn't matter. It doesn't. I want to tell you. We're talking about the landscape changing. YouTube's rules are different. Nothing matters. It doesn't matter if you post every single day. It was all trash. Maybe it worked at some point. But anytime you see someone who's like, maybe I'm wrong, what do I know? But I just feel like anybody who's like, follow me if you want to figure out how to get a big following. It's the same thing as like people who say they have all the weight loss secrets. Different stuff works for different people.
Yep.
But there's like one base rule. The base rule with fitness is calories. That's it.
That's it.
You burn this much, so eat this much. Don't eat this much.
Doesn't matter how much you work out or whatever. I mean, it does help, obviously.
That's the extra details.
Right.
What do you want to do? I want to be ripped. So I'm working out, but if I don't keep my calories down,
and your protein high.
I'm not gonna
do anything.
I'm not gonna get Jean-Claude Van Damme. You know what I'm saying? But if you're sitting around doing nothing, you just got to eat less calories than you're burning. That's it. With content, it's just consistency. I think it's consistency and quality. I don't even think it's as much consistency because consistency doesn't have to mean every day.
No.
Doesn't even have to mean every week.
There's some YouTubers I watch that post every couple of months.
I know.
One video.
That's it.
They get like 3 million views.
Yes.
And that's enough to live off of.
And you could argue like, oh, it's just because like they're so big. And like, yeah, it changes things when you already have an audience. But also, like, we could post a video today that does nothing. And in a month, we could post a video that is just like perfectly crafted and just hits the right audience. And it could be huge. And it's not because we posted another one a month ago. Like, they're just not linked. I mean,
the thing with consistency is just you're posting more content.
It's your odds.
So you just have a better chance of the video doing well. That's
all it is. Like, yes, it'll work. But someone who's like, you got to post 3 times a day. That's what I did. And now I'm huge. And it's like, yeah, because you posted 3 times a day. You eventually found your niche. You could post 3 times a day trash and nothing will ever happen.
I'll call now.
You hearing me? I'll call now. That's so good. I want to feel the nostalgia of sweet 90s commercials again. I'll call now.
Oh, dude. I sometimes just need a fix and I'll watch a 20-minute YouTube video.
Yeah, you do that?
Commercial compilation.
It's a drug. Nostalgia's a drug, dude.
I can't escape it. You know what else is a drug?
Tell me what.
Movies.
Ooh, let's go to the movies.
Dude, we both watched two fresh movies.
Dude, they're so new that my eyelids are burning.
I knew it was going to be eye-related.
What? Maybe I almost said nipples, but then I felt like it doesn't fit well.
That's
you know,
fine.
it's okay. It's fine.
I've also watched a lot of Mission Impossible movies.
I saw the newest one. I texted you about it.
When?
I texted you and said you want to see it. You never responded.
When?
I don't know, like weeks and weeks ago now.
When did you see it?
2 weeks ago.
I'm gonna search my text for Mission Impossible.
Do it. It's gonna be so funny when you see it. Read it out loud, Brett.
Baby Metal is uploading now. Feel free to check it out. Also, we are seeing Mission Impossible tomorrow at 6:30. If you want to see it, don't respond to this and don't come to see it with us.
That's not what it says. And then...
No, I just said video's great.
Yep. So...
Yeah, he said if you and Rachel want to go see it. It was a Monday. I couldn't go. I had band practice.
Whatever. I just wanted to throw it out to you that I saw it.
Was it good?
Yes. I thought it was better than the last one. And I thought... The one thing is I feel like Tom Cruise is getting a little old.
He is.
I know, but like... You don't
feel it?
Yeah. I didn't necessarily feel it as much in the last one.
Yeah.
But this one has a lot of him not fighting. There are some fights, but it's more of him just doing like crazy stunts and stuff.
I mean...
I know, but I feel like we need combat in it.
Really?
I think so.
So having just watched 1 through 6, there aren't a ton of hand-to-hand fights.
I guess not.
In 6... because Henry Cavill's in it.
Yeah, that's some good fights.
Dude, that bathroom fight scene is mental.
It's amazing.
It's so good. But like 1 through 4, there's really... I mean, well, 4 has fights in the building. Thing but they're not all him.
They're like 2 different trilogies, right? Not even trilogy. 2 different like Mission Impossible. Because the first one is so different compared to everything else.
It is.
The second one, I mean, is just crazy. It's a fever dream. The third one like starts to go in the direction that the rest follow from that point on.
Yeah.
But yeah, from 4 on, they become way more like, I think, action focused and still like spy, espionage, all that stuff. But as someone who's watching them, do you feel like they still hold up? All of them? Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I would say all of them. 2 is wild, and like it's got a couple of like bad/funny moments. You know, it does feel the most removed out of all of them, but it's not a bad watch. Like it's, I don't know, it's fun. It's got some cool scenes, but there are some like CGI moments and some moments that are like just really over the top, which is what it's known for. But it feels so crazy watching it back to back with 1. But you're not wrong about 3 moving it on to like a kind of into a different realm. And 3 is just, it's such an unbelievable movie.
3
it's
is so good.
It's so good. There are, especially in this last one, there's a particular car crash that...
This last one being...
sorry, the last one I watched was 6, which is...
Rogue Nation?
Fallout.
Oh, Fallout.
Rogue Nation is 5. There is an end-over-end car wreck that Ethan Hunt walks away from. Actually, there's 2. Who else is in the car? It's him and... I won't say, actually, it's a little spoilery, but... They both walk away from this car wreck, and no chance. I mean, not even, like, even suspended disbelief is like, you can't suspend it far enough. It's like, dude, your head would come off from just the torque of this car going end over end like 16 times. So it's like, that's kind of a bummer because the rest of it feels like it's crazy, but this is like...
You're getting like Fast and the Furious level of...
Yes, but the rest of it feels too grounded for this to feel so like, that's nuts. Nobody's walking away from that. But there's another crash where it feels that way, but it affects... oh, no, it's not a crash. It's a stunt that affects Ethan Hunt's like vision, and he's kind of messed up for a while. And I loved that so much because it felt real. But overall, I think they all hold up. I think Rogue Nation was the one that was like, I was like, oh, it was cool. But Ghost Protocol is incredible. I've always loved that one.
Yep.
And the twists and turns in Fallout are really great.
Yes.
Really great.
Yeah, really great.
And I'm excited to watch Dead Reckoning again because I remember feeling a little confused because it had been so many years since I'd watched a Mission Impossible. Also really impressed with, we all watched 3, and that's when we introduce Ethan Hunt's wife. And it felt at the end of that one like, oh, we're never going to hear about her again. Not the case.
Not the case. They do like to bring things from older movies back. Like,
which is good because it feels like 1, 2, and 3 feel so different that you're like, oh, they're just going to get rid of these.
Yeah, it's just the past.
But they don't.
Yeah.
They do a good job threading the needle there.
Yeah, because Dead Reckoning, I mean, a huge basis of that story is everything that happens in the first movie. You know?
Didn't even remember that.
Well, you'll remember it when you see it.
Yeah.
And that comes into play in the next one, too. So good thing you watched the first one because there's a lot of elements from that they do flashbacks and stuff, so you don't need to see it, but it just adds to it.
Yeah, yeah. And that's probably why I felt a little bit lost in it because I hadn't seen the first one in I don't even know how long.
Yeah.
But they hold up, and we've been watching them with the kids. They've been enjoying them. Jazz falls asleep, but...
How can you fall asleep during Mission Impossible?
I don't know, man. It's I don't know.
That boy's crazy.
He is. But he can watch YouTube for 3 hours straight.
That's the attention span of the world nowadays.
Makes no sense. I don't understand it.
But yeah, Mission Impossible Final Reckoning, I think is the official title. Definitely still worth a watch. Still, yeah, it was great in the theaters. I think it'll be great at home.
Do you know if it's still in the theater? I feel like it did well enough. Maybe I could find it somewhere, but...
Summer movies tend to stay a little bit longer anyways.
Yeah.
I think it might be out now. But I don't know.
You know what I'm just remembering?
What?
I don't know if I added...
Movies to your list?
I didn't.
Come on, man.
What's the movie we went to see?
What's the movie we went to see?
Yeah.
The Ritual? What's it called?
No.
Huh?
No.
I have the ticket over there. The
Bring Her Back.
Bring Her Back.
Yeah.
You forgot to add it to the list?
Yeah.
What a chump.
Yeah, it was late.
It was late. Yeah, we'll do a couple quick reviews here, I think. Bring Her Back from the directors of Talk to Me.
Talk to Me.
Yes. And so this is like kind of a little bit in the same universe, but also not, but also...
Is it? Like, I
mean,
don't know if it's supposed to be, or if I just had that in my head.
From what I've read, The movie doesn't do anything to confirm it one way or another, but
I could see them being connected.
just another unsettling horror, gross out, freaky movie.
Actually, they could definitely be connected.
I think they probably are, and maybe the next movie will be the connection point.
It's probably why they kept the same rhythm with the title. Talk to me, bring
Bring her back. And last one is
let them in.
I like it. But yeah, that movie, it's not as good as Talk to Me.
Talk to Me. No, Talk to Me was one of my favorite horror movies I've seen in recent years.
Yep.
I just think it has commentary in it that is like relatively obvious, but maybe not to everybody, but just about addiction. And I think it is jarringly violent.
Yes.
So there's that. So be careful if that's a thing you're careful of. This movie also had that, just scenes of violence that are like creatively unsettling.
It's got that super frustrating narrative choice where there is an adult who is taking care of children, and the children, no matter who they tell or what happens, it's just adult versus kids, and no one's believing the kids because the adult is like, I'm the adult, and that's that.
And the adult in question is manipulating, and so you as the audience know it, and this woman sucks so bad.
So awful. I feel bad for the actress because she's totally going to be known as
my gosh,
just the worst lady ever.
Dude, it's like the woman from Dash Cam.
Yes.
People legitimately like hate that actress now because that character is insufferable. Some people love that movie.
Well, that's why we watched it, because it was reviewed well.
My goodness.
Sometimes reviews miss the mark.
I think that's the hardest thing, because I think about this movie, Bring Her Back, and the concept is there's these two kids who are in foster care, and this woman takes them in, and then there's manipulation that happens, and it's very suspenseful. It's much more of a suspenseful thriller
than a horror movie.
Right, where I would say Talk to Me is absolutely a horror movie. Like, that movie is scary. It's jolting, but it's shot amazingly. Like, Bring Her Back looks great. It's a good movie.
Yeah.
But I unfortunately can't see myself ever watching it again because the antagonist is so awful. I hate her so much. And you're watching it and you're just like, I don't, even though she has a part of her story is like, you want to feel for her, and you can, there is that, but it's just sent her so far off the deep end, and it's so frustrating to watch her do what she does to these kids. And I just can't see myself sitting through it again.
Yeah, because it's a hard watch. It's definitely tough because of everything that happens. And so having to sit through it again and knowing what happens, it's a tough rewatch. Keeper or sleeper?
I would say it's a keeper because support these directors. I think they're doing something really cool with, this sounds like such a pretentious nerdy thing to say, but I think they're doing something really cool with the genre. And it's how I feel about Barbarian.
Yep.
Like, I think there are movies in modern horror that are so creative and unique. They're managing to be kind of a different voice. And this to me felt like, oh, of course this is the same team that made Talk to Me. And I will absolutely watch their next movie. This movie didn't turn me off from their product by any means. So I would say keeper. It's worth a watch, especially if you saw Talk to Me and you liked it. This movie had elements of that, and again, I think it's a really well done movie.
Yeah.
But just not as good as their last one. I didn't enjoy it as much as their last one ended, and I was like, whoa.
Yeah, because it just took you to some crazy places and had some really shocking scenes that you just, like, going into this probably didn't know. And maybe because we kind of had that, like, level of expectation, because we're like, oh, Talk to Me was so crazy that how is this going to one-up it? It doesn't hit as strong, but it's, again, still, like Brett was saying, it's still a solid movie.
Especially if you like suspense. Like, I would say if you enjoyed Long Legs, you would like this movie.
I did really like Long Legs.
I did too. I would watch Long Legs again before I'd watch this movie. Long Legs had more, I don't know if fun is the word, but it was more of a fun watch. I think, man, it's really just that antagonist. And it's funny because, like, there are plenty of movies where there's like there's a villain that you're meant to hate and you hate them. But this is like a frustrating, like, how could you do this? How could you let yourself do this?
How could you be so evil?
And when you're watching it's like you said, like you said something like this, where it's like you are seeing it happen, and nobody believing the kids. And
Frustrates me.
You're like, bro,
so much.
oof. Yeah,
Oof.
it's tough, but it is a good movie.
Yes.
I would say keeper. I would say it is worth a watch.
I would say keeper as well.
Okay, good. So same page on
So yeah, same page.
I'm frustrated just thinking about it.
It was quite a frustrating watch, but dude, I've watched so many movies. I watched Wicked.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
How's that?
It's good.
Yeah?
It's good. The music, it didn't hit me as hard as I wanted it to, because I always hear the Wicked soundtracks like wicked good.
Sure.
And
Nice.
some of the songs kind of missed the mark.
Whack.
I feel like, I don't know. I don't want to say they weren't performed well, but they didn't feel as like.
You didn't feel the emotion?
I didn't feel the music with it. The movie's like 3 hours, and it's only part one.
Oof.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's a very thick story, I guess.
Thick.
Yeah, and if you, for some crazy reason, don't know the story of Wicked, do you know the story of Wicked?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. I honestly, going into the movie, I really don't know the story other than what I'm about to explain right here. That it is the story of the witches in The Wizard of Oz, the Wicked Witch of the West, and Pink Witch Lady, whatever her name is. The happy.
Isn't it like Glinda or something?
Yeah. Well, but doesn't she have a name? Wicked Witch of the West and the happiest witch of the East.
I just said a name. Isn't it Glinda
No,
the Good
but-
Witch or something?
Oh, you might be right. Anyways,
You're
yeah.
like, no, she has a name.
But
I'll
I
look it
thought
up.
she had I thought they had. Anyways, Elphaba is the Wicked Witch of the West.
Elphaba?
Elphaba. Yeah, they got crazy names in that. But anyways, it's a story of them and
Glinda.
Glinda. But does she have a title? The Wicked Witch of the West.
Glinda the Good, isn't it?
Is it Glinda the Good? I'll tell you. Wizard of
Glinda
Oz.
the Good.
Okay, I didn't know. I didn't remember. I saw Wicked. It doesn't mean I paid attention.
I know. I'm saying it. Why does this feel like we're arguing?
Brett, stop fighting.
This is like
me.
that clip of those two brothers who are flipping out at each other about the witch. You know what I'm talking about? They're
No.
talking about Wizard of Oz. And the guy's yelling. You never seen that? You've seen that.
Are you just saying what just happened right now?
No, I'm not.
I'll call now.
I'm
They're fighting.
You'll call now.
You'll call now.
Yeah, I'll look it up.
But yeah, Wicked is good. I want to see the play. It just made me want to go see the musical, the live musical, and that's it. Brett just wrote 1,000,000 words.
Best argument ever. I'll show you after.
Why do we argue about witches? Why do brothers argue about witches?
I don't know, dude.
Are you going to see it? Do you have any interest in it?
I might see it at some point. I have the. It's not helping that I keep seeing articles about how Pixar fell off, but I have this thing about Disney where I'm just like, nothing that's coming out is interesting me.
Well,
And
that's good because it's not Disney.
Wicked isn't?
I don't think so. I think it's who did Wicked?
Who did it?
I guess it could be Disney, but I don't think Disney owns Wizard of Oz. Universal? Warner Brothers. It's Warner Brothers.
Really?
Yeah.
Why did I think it was a Disney movie?
I don't know. I couldn't tell you.
It was.
Warner Brothers. Maybe because it's a musical and it's big fancy pantsy.
Yeah, that could be it. Production companies. Yeah, it's Universal.
Oh, Universal and Warner Brothers, right?
I don't know. It says production companies, Universal.
Well, Brett, I don't know. I don't know
why I thought it was Disney.
But I'm with you. The live action Disney crap needs to go.
You don't have to back me up on this, dude. I was
with
wrong.
ya. Disney,
I was wrong.
Disney needs to disappear. No, I just want more of their unique, creative, classic style stuff.
Yeah, which I felt like we were getting. Yeah, I don't know.
The
man.
live actions, there are some. Like the origin of Maleficent was cool.
Yeah.
Like I always say this every time,
Yeah.
but I'm just like Disney keeps missing the mark. I feel like,
Yeah, more like Misney because they're missing.
yeah.
Anyways, yeah, I don't know. I would watch it at some point.
Mm-hmm.
There's other stuff on my radar.
Yeah, it's not that
I'm
high.
Stoked about.
I was excited for it, and I was a little disappointed. I liked the story. I need the full story. That's what's driving me nuts. Is it's one part.
Dude, how about freaking? Dude, I feel like we talked about it recently, but Spider-Man waiting for the Spider-Verse. finale. It's been like 5 years, dude. Enough.
They were so ambitious about it. They were like
crazy.
They had the release date for the next one being the following year.
Yeah.
Which was crazy.
Yeah, that's nuts.
But I think the writer's strike got in the way. And
there was a bunch of stuff.
There was a bunch of stuff happening.
I imagine it'll be worth it.
Yeah, it's being worked on, but
I got to use that transition for you to talk about K-pop Demon Hunters because I got to roll soonish, but you got to at least talk about that because, and the transition here is Sony Animation Productions or Studio or whatever the title is. It's something like that.
Yeah, Sony Animation Productions, I want to say.
All right, cool. I like it. They did the Spider-Verse movies, which if you haven't seen are an absolute feat in animation.
Yes.
Unbelievable. And this movie randomly comes out on Netflix. Sounds like a crazy cash grab. K-pop Demon Hunters sounds insane. I watched 10 minutes of it because Tim told me I had to watch, actually it was 5.5 minutes of it. So we could do a reaction to some of the music in it. And I'm like, oh, does this actually rule?
Does this movie rule? And dude, not only does it rule, but it rocks.
Wow, dude. It
rocks and rules.
Rules and rocks.
That's what they call it, rules and rocks.
Rules and rocks.
Yeah, this movie came completely out of left field.
Totally.
When I initially heard of it, I was like, like maybe I'll give it a watch. Might be fun. You and I have been enjoying some K-pop recently with XG and a bunch of other stuff, but mostly XG. And I was like, okay, a lot of XG. But I was like, okay, I'll give it a shot. And so I made a plan with some friends to watch it, and I saw it was a Netflix exclusive. So I was like, okay, that could be hit or miss, right? Dude, hit after hit after hit. This movie is potentially my movie of the year so far.
You've watched it twice.
I've watched it twice.
Yeah.
I watched it twice.
That's nuts.
And I watched it. The only other movie I can think of in recent memory that I did that was Mario Brothers. Super Mario Brothers I watched twice.
Great movie.
Yeah, within like 24 hours of each other.
Oh, I just beat Odyssey the other day.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh, I beat the main story. I just got to the Mushroom Kingdom. I got to get to the dark side. I know there's more.
You got a lot. But still, it's a fantastic
Great
game, right?
Oh, so fun.
Incredible.
So, Mario and K-pop Demon Hunters.
Yes. So I just from beginning to end, this movie was just so fun. The K-pop, the music was really, really strong. I really can't think of a song that I didn't like in the movie.
How many songs do we get? Like, is it an album's worth?
I think it ends up being 6 or 7 songs in total.
Wow. Okay.
So not a cheap amount.
No,
not a cheap amount.
Could have said it better, Tim. Back
Quite
to you.
expensive.
Not a cheap amount.
But yes, this tells the story of 3 K-pop demon hunters. I guess that's the name. So
do we have to guess too?
I guess not. And them trying to basically protect their zone, their specific part of the world, with their ability to sing. They have this harmony, magical wavelength that as long as they sing, they can protect all these people from the demons. But if they break up, bad things happen.
Oh, shoot.
If they're not singing, if they're not keeping it strong, the demons can break through.
And it's passed down through generations, right?
Yeah, and they show that in the first couple minutes that it is gifted or given to these three girls. I don't know. I guess in the movie they're not related or anything like that. They're kind of just given the ability. They're just they have it. So they all come together and they have to harmonize and save the world. But this movie just does everything right. The music's fantastic. The story's really strong. I think there's a lot of heavy emotional moments and characters dealing with not only the life of being a K-pop star, but also their need to do the right thing versus doing things for themselves. And there's a lot of just multiple stories going on with all the girls, really. It's such a treat. The animation, dude.
Animation looks sick right away. They show a big crowd and just the motion in that scene. I was like, oh, this is dope. And then I saw a quick bout of action that looked incredible.
There's a lot of fight scenes in the movie, and it's totally everything they learned from Spider-Man. They just put right into this. I mean,
I love it.
The way they fly around, and they know how to fight. You don't have to worry about them training and being clumsy immediately right off the rip. They're professionals.
Okay.
But yeah, I just was so impressed from beginning to end. It was just so fun. And it's one of those that I hope does really well, so we get more.
Yeah.
I hope they go off and become a popular band. Huntrix was the name of the band in the movie. And that would be fun to see them go beyond the movie.
I want to see a Huntrix Hex Girls crossover.
Oh, that's what we need. Huntrix.
Huntrix Girls.
Huntrix Girls. But an absolute keeper. It's honestly worth getting Netflix for.
Really?
Worth paying the movie ticket price you would pay if it was in the theaters.
Ticket price, yeah.
I'm sad it's not in the theater.
Yeah, but would we have gone to see it?
Probably not.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
That's the thing. Maybe it'll get a theater release at some point.
Right, because it's just doing that well. But yeah, taking over the world, everyone loves it. The facial expressions, some of the funniest I've seen. It really reminded me of Nimona, which was
I still haven't watched that.
still one of my
Sitting in
favorite
queue.
animated movies ever.
Maybe I'll do a double feature.
That would be, dude, you would explode from how good it is.
Wow.
But they share a lot of similarities. I actually don't remember who animated Nimona.
Let's get to the bottom of this.
Was it Sony? I don't think it was Sony. But
I don't know, but there have been multiple straight to Netflix. It might have been because they did the Mitchells versus the Machines.
Yep.
What was that other one? The ocean one.
Sea Beast.
Sea Beast.
That movie was amazing.
Who did that one?
I don't know, but there was Klaus. Like, Netflix is killing it with their animated stuff.
Who did Nimona? I'm going to find out right now because if we find out that this is like all
might
been
be-
Sony
Yeah. They're my
production
favorite.
companies. No, Annapurna and
okay.
and Vertigo Entertainment.
Vertigo.
Which what else? Annapurna has done.
They're all over the place. They did Stray, their gaming division.
No way.
Yeah,
That's cool.
Yeah, they show up in gaming a lot, and
Okay.
and Vertigo that's the comics.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it can't be the same.
I think so.
company.
Well, it was a graphic novel originally, so
Oh, really?
I don't know if Vertigo.
By Vertigo?
I don't know if it was by Vertigo, but
By Vertigo?
by Vertigo.
Oh no, Sea Beast was just Netflix animation,
Oh,
which has also done. Oh, Klaus, Over the Moon, Arlo the Alligator Boy,
yo, Arlo. Never seen Arlo.
Apollo 10,
Yeah.
Sea Beast, Wendell and Wild, My
Okay.
Father's Dragon. Oh, Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio was Netflix
Oh,
animation.
dude, Pinocchio. How could I forget about that?
How could you? The Monkey King.
Yep.
I didn't watch that, but I wanted to.
The Monkey King. Yeah, Netflix is really like, I'm just saying, say what you will about Netflix. Their animation game is insane.
Yeah.
Because that's only movies.
so.
They
Right,
got,
right.
I mean, Devil May Cry, they got, which might not be the best of all of those shows. You got Castlevania.
Not the worst.
Blood of Zeus. I just watched Captain Laserhawk, the Blood Dragon
Yeah?
remix.
Good?
So good.
Really?
It's 6 episodes, 22 minutes a pop, and it's very mature. But yeah, it's just all the Ubisoft characters being thrown in this world. So you get people from Splinter Cell, you get Rayman, you get Assassin's Creed characters, you
Weird.
get Far Cry characters. It's really weird. But it's fun. It's fun. It's dark though, very very dark.
good. It's good.
It's good. It's good. Even though we're in movies, but yeah, K-pop Demon Hunters. If you're not into K-pop, if you think it's for kids, not K-pop, but just this movie, ignore all those feelings. Go
Just
watch
watch it.
this. It's such a keeper.
I feel like, I watched 10 minutes and I was like, this is just Buffy, 5.5 minutes.
Yep.
This is just Buffy, but animated. And because like you pick a new one every generation and now you're cool and you fight demons.
But you also have to be K-pop stars.
Right.
Well, in this case, but they're always musically big.
Yeah. I guess in Buffy, you just always have to be a girl in high school.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we can never be Buffy.
It's true.
We could be Angel.
It's true.
Oh, my stomach grumbled.
Dang.
He was a hungry boy.
That reminds me, it's time to go. I gotta go pick up my kids. Thank you guys for hanging out with us. This has been episode number 313 of the Keep Up Podcast. Follow us across all socials at the Keep Up TV. Tim, you want to tell them to follow you anywhere else? Or what's up?
Yeah, you guys can follow me at Collection Revolution all over the place.
Yeah.
I've been taking a little hiatus from streaming because life has been rather wild. So I just kind of wanted a big break from all my social medias. But I do still exist, and I do intend to come back. Right now, Keep Up's taking my main focus because I want to put my time and effort into that. But yeah, Collection Revolution all over the place.
All over the place.
Brett, where can everyone find you and your happy back hair?
Wow. Not going to miss that trope. You can find me at This Drink I Like It on Instagram. It's my personal Instagram. There's a link tree there that will get you to everything else. Other podcasts, music, projects, all that stuff. That is going to do it. Tim's going to do what's called End Babble, where he talks nonsense for about a minute and a half. Tim, your theme is an endless Coca-Cola can that has to fight the moon. I'm going to start cleaning up.
Okay.
Thank you guys. Love you. Have a good time. See you next week or whatever. What is that?
That was chaos.
I love it. Okay, see you later. Bye.
The can. The can. Can the can. It can. And when the can cans, it can. As its juicy, delicious liquid oozes from the opening of said can.
Brother, ugh.
Infinity pours out, and nothing will stop it. Not even the rampaging. What'd you say?
The moon?
The moon. Yeah. Not even the rampaging moon. Falling towards Earth was ready for the Coca-Cola collision of catastrophe.
Dude, I forgot the dog was here. Oh my gosh.
Brett just got scared by the dog. And the moon lands on Earth, but because it's covered in endless Coca-Cola, it bounces off because the sugar is actually bouncy. And if you pour Coca-Cola on the moon, it bounces off. And so the moon flies away, and we live in eternal sunlight and burn, so it's a bad ending.
The dark side of the moon.
The moon! And so I'll leave you with this. The conclusion of time doesn't have to begin at the end. It can end at the beginning. And watch the moon, because when it crashes, there's no stopping it. Thank you.
Hey, you made it to the end of the video. Very cool. If you liked this video, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and to the Keep Up podcast wherever you listen to your podcasts. You can also find us at patreon.com/thekeepup, where you can support us monthly for as little as $1 per month, and you can get yourself some cool Keep Up merch in our Etsy shop. Links are down below.
Ready to get started?
On what?
We're doing the bumpers, aren't we?
Yes, we're doing the bumpers. Do you have, you got the remote?
Of course.
Just hit record and we'll ready to go.
All right.